Machine presents the Brews with the Dudes podcast.
Some little issue, it seems like. It's hard not to try and focus at the screen. Like, is it perfect? Is it working?
Yeah, right. Do I look good? How's my blocking? Lighting good? Yeah.
It's still recording.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to the latest episode, which if you're watching this in the future, it won't be the latest episode. So prefacing with that is not the right way.
No, it is an episode, though. Not the episode.
So welcome back to Brews with the Dudes podcast. I am Jake Lindquist.
I am Donnie Allen.
And we are the Dudes. And we got Brews.
We do have Brews.
We got Brews.
We have a special guest for you guys tonight.
Yes, very stoked about that.
Yeah, how to describe him?
Alan, how you describe Alan?
Alan, awesome, the man, the dude.
Alan is like Donnie from The Big Lebowski. Like, he's not the main character, but he is such a critical character in that movie. Like,
that's
The Big Lebowski would not be what it is without Donnie in it.
Yes. Well, he also had the best joke in the whole film.
Yes.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, he gets cremated and flows in the wind.
Yeah.
It's hysterical.
Yes, it is pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
But like, without him in that movie, it just wouldn't be as good.
No,
it wouldn't be as
wouldn't
rich
be
of a
the same.
story. And Alan, in my opinion, is one of those people who just gives so much zest to the lives of the people that he knows.
Yes. Yeah. He
is one of a kind, which sounds like I've got my tongue in his ass. Like, but, oh my God.
You kind of do. You
Am I like writing
little something right there?
Do I really? You sure it's not fur? It sounds like I'm writing his eulogy. Sorry, Alan. I didn't know that you died. They found you face down in a ditch.
Oh man, you make it so dark.
With a rubber chicken out of your ass, and I don't know.
I don't know where you're going with this.
If Alan if Alan had a like abnormal death, what do you think it would be?
Oh God. Something. Let's see here. He tripped over or stepped on a D&D character because he's big into D&D, and that caused him like to fall, obviously, and smash his head on something.
A D&D character. Isn't D&D like a card?
Is it cards?
They're cards.
He slipped on the card then.
If there was a bunch of cards on the floor and he slipped and he I don't know.
Took out a nightstand.
He had a bowl of cereal, and like the spoon just happened to have kind of like a little bit of a sharper end to it, and he like lands on the spoon and he gets impaled by a spoon handle.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know.
I hope not, Alan. I hope that's not how you go out. If it does, though, we're buying lottery tickets.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, what's our beer for tonight? And I think that you should scoot back like a teeny bit, because there's just like no good way for me to like sit back and not have.
Is that better? That's.
Get this.
How's that?
Oh, that's perfect.
Is that good?
Does that work for you?
Yeah, I can actually sit back. I'm usually leaning forward.
Yeah, so I'm comfortable now.
Oh, me too.
This is good.
Yeah, I just need to be able to put my feet up.
The silly thing is like we need a better light system in here. We need like lights from above.
Well, I saw your wife walk by. She could just hold a flashlight above us.
You cool with that, wife?
2 hours.
Can I have beer?
Yeah, I got 6.
Okay. Bribe her with beer.
So tonight is from Surly, and it is
a very 80s looking can.
Yes, it's called a Moving Picture. It's a juicy IPA. Actually, the sole purpose of me buying it is because it looked kind of 80s themed. I thought you'd dig
it. Totally does too. Yeah. I mean, it
looks like you should be dancing to Ace of Base, which I guess is more 90s.
I saw the sign
and opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. I don't know any more lyrics than that. That's
I'm
more
gonna
lyrics.
Stop. I'm not gonna subject people to more lyrics. Oh man. Well, thanks. I appreciate the fact that like juicy IPAs are my favorite beers in the world. And like you, the last couple of times have been picking those up.
Well, I do it for a couple of reasons. A, I want the podcast to be good, and if I make you tired 15 minutes in because I gave you a stout, that's probably not for the best.
That's fair.
Secondly, I like all beer. Just stouts are my favorite, but I can go for a good IPA.
Yeah, I hear that.
This is really good though.
Yeah, this is an excellent beer for sure.
Yeah, Surly's top notch. They're actually based out of the cities, and if you go there, they have I don't know what, probably 40 different kinds of beer on tap.
They have a ton
that they make themselves, and all of it's fantastic.
Well, in their brewery, in the brew room or whatever, the tap room or whatever, the place is crazy. It's just like this big massive open room with tons of seats. Wasn't there like an upper level too or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while. I know there's a gift shop.
Yeah.
Because I
got a
remember
glass. I don't remember what else I bought there.
I thought I bought a baby onesie last time I was there.
It'd be funny if you didn't say onesie.
Onesie?
You bought a baby
I bought a baby. Whatever.
I went to Surly. I went to a brewery and I bought a baby.
It's amazing what $20 will get you nowadays.
Jesus. I don't know, man. You get what you pay for.
Yeah. Have you seen my kids?
That's fair. That's fair. Your kids are pretty cool, though.
Sometimes.
Usually. Well, and you're going to be telling some stories real soon here that may
change your mind.
Yeah, exactly. So let's send an invite over to Mr. Allen.
Yay. Yeah, Allen.
And I think we should pop our headphones into.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Into the computer jack. It's so funny, like
I don't want to put that on.
Silly hopping around, like what we've got to do to kind of like make this whole thing work.
Oh, you got it.
It's like we're going from. There we go.
Yeah, it's so weird though because I'm waiting for the audio to go back to my headphones.
Yeah,
and they won't because now it's the computer speakers.
And now we have to hear each other through the headphones.
It's rather awful.
It's less than ideal. Okay, let's see if Alan's waiting for us. There he is.
Yay.
This is perfect. Wow.
So,
can you believe how smooth that all ran?
Yeah, knock on wood.
Now, here's the problem: is Alan's not gonna be able to get like his audio working
or his video. It's just gonna say Alan Heisman the whole time.
Yeah. No, we're gonna go right there. I don't know why I like to have us on the left. All right, connecting to audio. Alan, we can't hear you. Connecting to audio.
I can see you.
All right.
I love your ceiling. Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
I know that's the best part about it. Well, it's funny because we use Zoom at my work and it takes 20 minutes to get everybody up and going. And like, okay, so we still have some technical difficulties. This is kind of like half the experience. Yeah. So anybody who's tuning into the podcast is just like, oh, Alan's flipping in and out.
We'll just do the whole podcast like charades. And he'll just have to kind of act out what he's trying to tell us. And then we'll have to act out back to him what we want to tell him. And
that would be kind of funny. How would that even work?
I have no clue.
How does charades work?
Isn't that like don't you have a word you have to try to get the other people to say, but you have to act it?
Still not getting anything? Alan's still trying to make it work.
Did you try yelling at it?
Try hitting it against the wall. Let me see what I got here.
Hey, this is a fucking kid-friendly podcast. Don't be swearing.
Alan is connecting to audio.
There we go.
Hey, there's Alan. And there's Alan. All right.
Hey.
I was wondering if the video wasn't going to work, but we had audio.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's either one or the other, and that's the problem. I can figure out visual. I have problems with audio.
It's all good. First off, I want to apologize for not reminding you to about 30 minutes ago.
It's all right.
I meant to actually send that earlier and just spaced it off.
It happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we always end up with some degree of technical difficulty. It's kind of weird that like we're not having any problems right now. So I'm waiting
strange.
to see
Stop
in post.
jinxing it, okay? Something
Yeah.
weird happened.
I'll discover it at like 11 o'clock tonight when I go to edit this thing. Like, oh shit, none of it works.
Damn it. Exactly. So how you boys doing?
I'm here.
You're
that good, huh?
Florida.
Yeah, I'm back from the shit show that is Florida Man.
Yeah, this guy survived Florida.
Yeah, almost died 3 times.
Fuck.
It was lovely.
Only 3 times.
Yeah, that's just on the highway.
Well,
That's not
were you
including-
driving or was it somebody else driving?
I was driving, but I wasn't responsible.
Ah.
Like we had a We were going down a lot of the highways were 6 lanes, and at one point in time, there was a semi, no blinker. It was just like, "Hey, I'm coming over," and we were just behind the cab of the semi,
right on the right in the back tandems there. That is a scary place to be.
Yeah, and he just came over. I'm like, I guess we're gonna just go over to the next lane, and hopefully nobody's there.
I guess we're just gonna die. It's just.
Oh God.
Yeah, this is why.
So sketchy.
I got super stressed because I have my pregnant wife, and then I have my 2 kids in the back, and the city I don't know, and then shit like that going on.
Right.
Yep.
And amazingly, I only had 1 drink the entire time I was there.
You only had 1 drink?
I only had 1 drink.
Behind the wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
During that accident, but
yeah.
Only 1 drink the entire time? Wow, you just went straight family, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What the fuck? It's like you're growing up or something.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm growing out too. It sucks altogether.
That's from a lot of this.
Yeah. So what are you chewing on?
Another glorious brownish colored liquid in the how do we put this, in my 2004 my souvenir 2004 world champion tug of war contest from Rochester,
sweet.
Minnesota.
Nice.
I know, right?
Sweet.
That's world champion tug of war.
World.
Yeah.
So
I would.
Wow.
I was gonna say I was not part of it, but I have a glass from it. So,
well, we were
Perfect.
prior to having you join us, we were talking about weird ways that you would possibly go out, for lack of better words.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Alan die?
When that happens, I want that glass when that happens. Just so
oh
you
yeah,
know.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Alan gets pulled into the moat between the 2 sides of the tug of war, and he drowns in that puddle.
No, usually I'm the last one in. I'm the anchor man. So
You're the anchor man. Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple of advantages to being my size. If it hasn't been brought to your attention, I'm kind of a big guy.
I think it's because you have a big heart.
Well, that's because
Exactly.
I have a. That's
that
because
whole
there's a
chest
disease
cavity
for
is
that.
just a,
Yeah. It's a disease to have an overextended heart. All right. Just saying,
That's the zinger, dude.
Humor, fuckers, humor.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so who did you know that was doing this tug of war contest?
Not a clue. I stole the glass from my brother about 5 years ago, and I don't think he knows.
Wow, it just makes you wonder how many lips has that glass touched?
Ooh, I don't know.
Don't really
I don't have
care.
an
It's been through the dishwasher a handful of times, so I don't give a shit.
Right.
I guess it's no worse than getting plates and whatnot from Savers or Goodwill.
Yeah.
You know somebody who does that?
I know people have. I know. Yeah, when I was in college.
Did you?
Oh yeah. When I was
kidding.
when I was in college, my first set of dishes, and I use that term loosely.
Loosely, very loosely.
My first drawer of butter knives and forks were from Savers.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I got all hand-me-downs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 'cause-
Hand-me-downs and
what's-
styrofoam.
yeah,
What's actually hilariously funny is that coming from you live from the 3rd story observatory of Casa del Kitchen, I'm sitting around a gigantic wooden table that I got at Savers for like $45.
and you've probably had it for ages, and it's fantastic.
It's massive. I mean, it's right now it's about 4 feet round, but we could open it up, put 3 leaves in it. It's a 7.5 foot table.
Holy shit.
See, that's good value.
I don't have that much room for a 7.5 foot table, but it's there.
If you needed it, you could do it.
Yeah, if I needed it. Hey, I've got a funny question. Are you guys picking up the text messages that are coming through my phone right now? Like you're not hearing them, right?
We're not hearing them. Your screen's flashing.
Yeah.
Or
Yes,
pulsating.
that's me.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
like the vibration is
Mhm.
it's like
Making
making the screen look really weird and jittery.
Okay.
It's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
It's kind of.
it
an
is kind of
improvement.
funny. Good. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry, but
Are you serious? There's only one good thing. Listen, there's only one good thing about this whole mask situation. It is increasing my chances of getting laid by 100% because they can't see my ugly. Right?
So can you get a mask that has like Brad Pitt's like from the nose down?
Lower down. Yeah, but it costs too much money, and then I'll get arrested for get arrested for impersonating a celebrity or something.
that reminds me. Back when all this whole mask mandate started, did anybody see there's a meme of it was just a picture of John Travolta, and it said, "I'm glad Nicolas Cage is still wearing his mask."
Awesome. You gotta love that people still get face-off references.
I thought it was hysterical
Right?
when I saw that. Or maybe it was how either way.
Like, either way, you know.
It's like you gotta make a
Yeah.
face
So what
off
else is
reference.
going on tonight? Yeah.
Well, I just got done doing some painting on the inner fenders, like all the sheet metal and stuff for the Ford.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
hoping that the 70-year-old paint at least cooperates a little bit with the new paint I put over the top of it.
Not gonna. Nope. No.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I mean, it could. I mean, the fact that they were probably using lead-based paint back then is probably one problem with it.
Yeah, it's definitely lead-based paint.
Yeah, gotta be. And then you're trying to put on, what are you running, lacquer? Or are you running acrylic, or what do you?
It's it's 2K.
Okay.
It's a 2K paint. So
Gotcha.
Acrylic urethane, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So as long as it's prepped right, you should do fine.
There's a epoxy primer that went over the top of all of that. Okay. So hopefully that takes care.
With any luck.
Should seal it.
Well, here's what you can do. You can look up types of bondage on the internet. I've heard it's a really good thing to waste time on. You know?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Like if you're trying to figure out like if you're trying to figure out if latex paint bonds to stucco, so just look up latex bondage, you'll be fine.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah,
I like how you omitted specific words there. Latex bondage.
Look up latex bondage.
Because he's an amateur, does he need to add that to the search too? Or?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And for best results, take off the safe search. I've heard it's a thing.
And just for shits and giggles, make sure to throw Gimp in there too.
Okay. Yes, definitely.
I feel like I want to search this now, but I'm not going to.
I
don't need that in my search history.
Isn't that your work laptop?
This one's the work laptop. This one's the
okay. So no
home.
searching on that.
Oh, good. Yes. Oh, good.
Oh,
yeah. Don't.
you
don't want to be searching up
bondage,
stuff.
What's all the keywords?
Amateur and Gimp.
Amateur
latex bondage Gimp. Yep.
Okay. I'll look it up on my wife's phone.
There you go. That's a good plan. Jesus.
Let her deal
I don't know what's
malware.
going on. I don't know what the hell's wrong with your phone. It just went all stupid for a minute.
Yeah, I was looking up car stuff. What was this?
Yeah, exactly.
I was looking at painting. I mean, Rochester,
so you got
Minnesota.
One of those hoods from the 70s. It's like, is that over the oven? Looks like a 1970s.
Yeah. It's well, to be honest with you, the apartment's been like updated to at least the 80s. Mm-hmm. But there's no shag carpeting. Yeah, there's no shag carpeting, so I'm a little bit upset.
Was it updated in the 80s, or did they update it to the 80s in like 2010?
Yes. Yep. But yeah.
Well, okay, in houses, what do the 80s look like then for design?
If I remember,
are you asking me because I'm old enough, or?
I mean, technically,
I'm not that much older than me, buddy.
I never experienced.
I'm like 10 years older than you.
No, you're not.
Almost.
How old are
I'm 37. How old are you?
Yeah, a lot older than that. Anyway.
Okay, so he remembers the 80s a little better than I do. Well,
I do.
Okay, so like in house design, what was the 80s? Because the 70s was super obvious. It was just like wood paneling everywhere.
Wasn't 80s wallpaper?
80s was wallpaper. Yeah, it was colorful wallpaper and couches that had like floral designs on them and stuff, which still is a horrible thing. Just look up Italian living room and you'll see what I mean.
Should we add this to the same search with the Gimp bondage?
Yeah, so
yes.
Amateur latex bondage, Gimp,
floral living room.
80s.
Living room.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Yep.
You're just gonna get a picture of an old couch wrapped in plastic.
Yeah, because you
That's
wrote
not
80s,
a lie.
There'll just be cocaine somewhere in the image.
Somewhere on the coffee table, there's a plate of cocaine.
Yeah, you just
You
search
know?
all of that, and all you get is a picture of cocaine.
Is that my BMW
Yeah.
in the driveway?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've seen that car before.
You
know?
Perfect.
You motherfuckers.
It
Yeah.
does make you wonder, like, how much cocaine was snorted in that
Well,
car.
somebody got way more ass in that car than I am. So
Yeah.
Here, I'll give you an example of how much cocaine, just a small amount of cocaine was in that car. It was about this much. And
just have a cake later.
Was that
yeah, doesn't everybody?
No, okay, no, that's cool.
I wish I could, like, in reaching distance, just grab a cake.
Yeah.
Is it the same cake or another cake?
There's two of them.
Cake. What kind of cake?
Well, one
Latex
of them is a
bondage, amateur
latex
Gimp
bondage.
cake?
Yeah, amateur cake. Yeah. No, one of them is
Strawberry
a
upside down.
Strawberry upside. Oh, okay. So amateur,
cream
latex,
strawberry upside down.
bondage, Gimp, cream,
Is it half carrot?
upside down carrot cake.
No,
I feel like I'm gonna have
This
to
one-
start writing this all down.
this one's dark chocolate.
Ooh. We all know
Donnie
where
almost
that's
shot that one
going.
out his nose.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Rather buy
Yes,
a
we
new
do.
Soundboard.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, try. Okay, now I don't know if you've ever watched Futurama.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But you know how somebody spilled because it got knocked off the air because some moron dumped a Coke on the soundboard, and he's like, "Nah, it was a beer." Turns out it was him, and it's like, or knocked a beer out or something like that. No, it was Coke, definitely Coke. Yeah.
God, I haven't watched that in ages.
Oh, I know, right?
It's such a good show. I think it's on Hulu. Actually,
I think it is too.
Yeah.
It's either Hulu or Netflix.
because Hulu's got Rick and Morty,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
but Hulu's more TV oriented, as Netflix is more movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You all right over there, Donnie?
Yeah.
good,
So,
just perfect.
Alan, you doing any crazy D&D campaigns with that Aiden?
Not really too crazy, but we haven't been able to get together for the last couple times, so it's been kind of like jonesing, you know. And I keep getting these things are called dungeon crates, and it's a bunch of like D&D stuff, and you get little like figurine thingies and a whole bunch of other stuff. And
Do you
Yeah, they're
literally have
everywhere.
everything within reach right now?
That's how small his
Pretty
apartment
much.
is.
I'm starting to wonder if we can just start asking random stuff and
See,
you just have it.
When he was describing that table, he was actually describing a bed. So they puts the leaves into it, and that becomes the bed.
actually, what's really funny is I have a
He's
California
actually
king in
sitting
my
on
room.
his toilet right now.
You have a California king.
Yeah,
Wait, California
Yeah,
King. Wow.
it's fucking massive.
I'm a little jealous.
I mean,
of
if you ever, yeah, I know, right? If you're ever needing of some hoisin sauce, I've got some of that too. If you know, if you're,
that. Do you, have,
what else do I got? I was gonna say,
you don't have to have a steering rack laying around, do you?
Steering rack.
let me check. Teapot? No, no.
Hey, I literally have that teapot. That's
Yeah, right.
exact
Pizza cutter?
teapot.
No. Well, they were cheap, right? I mean, I don't even know. I came home to it. It was sitting on my kitchen table, and I'm like, all right, fuck. I guess I'm making tea from now on. You know. So
Are you
I
gonna
got
use that
one. I might
pizza
as well.
cutter to cut the cake?
I already did.
Oh, is that what you used?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It saves on utensils. You don't have to try
That's
to cut it with a
hilarious.
knife. You don't have to mess with anything. You literally just zerp, zerp, zerp. You're done. You know.
Perfect.
You know.
Well, pizza cutter is perfect for cutting anything. It's
You
way
could,
more,
but you have to have
way
it.
more friendly.
But you true, but you have to have it specifically marked pizza and cake.
That's
Gotta have two
true.
of them.
Yeah, you don't want to go halfway through your strawberry cake and taste pizza sauce.
And realize that there's pizza sauce in your brownies. Yeah. It's kind of a weird experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it would be.
Oh shit. Yeah. But other than like the normal things that we've been doing with D&D and all that fun stuff, I mean, it's you know, it's a long campaign. One that I think I mentioned it before. One of them, it took like a couple of years to finish. This one here, we're doing it. We started it at Christmas time. We actually started between yes.
I'm sorry. We're looking up
No.
pictures real quick.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So
I see what you're doing.
Keep talking.
I'm going to,
I can't
yes.
see you. I know you can see us.
Where did you
Really?
upload the images to?
No, it should be
Oh,
on the
neato.
podcast.
It's usually under podcast.
But we're in the under podcast. Where is it in here?
Try dad moments.
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh my God. Stop texting me.
Yep, there you
Anyway.
So where are we starting?
go. I think
You
I
can throw pictures up.
uploaded them in order, actually. For the most part, they're in order.
Okay.
I can.
So we're gonna test something.
There's a
here.
couple that are a little
Actually-
off. So, I've never played D&D. I think as somebody who does play video games once in a while, I think it would be kind of fun.
Mhm.
Is there a way to do it but not sacrifice like 6 months of your life? Like,
Yeah, you can
if you
do.
just, like half an hour. Could
Yeah,
or, like,
half an hour can get you,
Yeah.
a couple of things.
'Cause
What the hell am I looking at here?
it's a sunset.
That's a sunset.
Actually,
through a very
okay.
dirty window.
that's a sunrise.
Yeah,
It's a sunrise.
That's a sunrise.
that's a sunrise. Yeah.
Yeah. So there, it
Well,
was.
That's
I've
the
got a
ocean.
sunrise. What's really funny
Ocean.
about, speaking of sunrises, my house or my apartment faces due east, and I literally get to see the sunrise every morning.
It's a nice sight. I like watching the
That's
sunrise.
awesome.
It's not bad, especially coming over the lake. But yes, there is a way to not sacrifice months and years out of your life for doing D&D.
Mhm.
You do what's just like hip shot campaigns. Basically, it's just you kind of make up a couple of people who do this and do that, and you just go in headlong, beat up everybody, and win. You either win or you don't.
I think
you
it'd
know.
be fun to try.
That's cool.
It's
It's
not
one of
bad.
those
I mean,
things.
it's,
Like I've always
it-
wanted to try it out because like I get way into like Final Fantasy video games, or I used to as a kid and stuff. So like it's totally in me to be into like fantasy games. I just never got a
Yeah.
chance to try it out.
Yeah, and that's kind
it's
of
kind of fun.
I was, and then you hear people that are like, "Oh yeah, we've been working on the same campaign for 3 years." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
fucking nuts.
so much going on. It's like I can't do 3 years.
And it's not 3 solid years. It's probably only about 5 or 6 hours a week. And it's not like every day. We'll like shoot. What we do is we shoot for a Saturday. We start about 4 o'clock. We run till 6 or run till 10. And most of the time it's us just screwing around and laughing at each other. And, it's like we'll listen to, like, you guys both know Aiden.
Mhm.
And Aiden is just like, all right, so what are you going to do? How thick is that wall over there? Okay, it's a normal indoor wall. And I'm like, okay, so I could like shield bash through that wall, right? It's like, so you want to come into a room full of monsters like the Kool-Aid man? I'm like, oh yeah, and I do. So, it's things like that. But yeah, and that's the whole thing with it.
Huh.
It's all where you're like you're saying, getting into fantasies. It's all about how your imagination. I mean, you can run it any which way you want to and still either win or lose. It's a 50-50 shot, but you got a higher probability the better off you are. So
I should try that at least
Yeah.
once.
Yeah. See, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing is
That
like
sounds fun.
I think unless
it is.
you have experience with it, all of it sounds like a completely different language. Because
Yeah.
I'm
It is.
assuming it's pretty
It is.
complicated.
Well, I'm sure it's no different than somebody coming to the parts store who knows nothing about cars and saying, "Hey, I need."
a doohickey.
Yeah, I need an oil filter. And you're like, well, what brand? And what kind of oil are you running and all that? And they're right over their head.
Yep, exactly. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff where, I mean, you can literally do, you can look up anything with D&D and it's a simple walkthrough. It works for all ages, and literally from the beginning of the beginnings up to just masters upon it levels. It's so, once you get the whole dynamics of it down, it's just like second nature, it's kind of cool. So
Mhm. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
We might have to schedule a night to try that.
That'd be so
kind
it's
of
real
funny.
easy.
So
Yeah.
there
You
is
can-
a
there's
way
a
to
lot
do
of-
it in a couple hours.
Yeah, there's a lot of tutorials where you can just do quick little jaunt throughs, like, oh, look, you're walking through the woods. Oh, look, there's a monster. Do you want to kill it? No, I want to try to hide from it. It's not trying to attack you. Can I walk past it without it trying to eat me? It's stuff like that. It's like, no, if you try to get close to it, it will attack you. Well, motherfucker, what if I just wanted to ask it how its day is going?
Yeah, what if I just wanted to offer it some cake?
Yeah,
exactly.
right. I would.
Some amateur latex bondage,
Gimp, dwarfism cake,
strawberry cream filled
carrot upside down cake.
That actually starts sounding pretty good after a while. Yeah.
See, this
Keep
is
the
why
latex out of it.
This is why neither of us own a donut shop, because we'd be naming the donuts like shit like that.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. And we'd probably eat the profits too. So
oh yeah,
there's that.
So
So what's new at the parts store? You had anybody charge you, jump over the counter?
Nothing yet, but it's still early. Yeah, nothing too much. You can tell tax money's starting to come around because people are starting to buy more stuff, and the parking lot is flooding naturally because the weather warmed up a little bit, but we took care of that little problem this morning. So
I noticed people still don't know how to park.
Not at all. No, it's so amazing on almost like the stupidity of people. Now, I don't know about you or what world you guys live in, but when I see a spot that's boxed in with angled yellow lines all the way around it it tells me not to park there. Some people think that's a parking spot. It's like, guys, you're gonna get killed, But
if only that was the consequence. Because I think honestly, that's what it takes for people to not be morons. Sometimes.
Oh yeah,
right.
Literal threat of death.
Yeah.
Then they might
start listening.
Maybe though.
Yeah.
How often are you on the highway and you see a chick texting on her phone and look up and have that shit moment because she's in a different lane?
Yeah.
He's like, okay, that should be enough to scare you to put it down. And then 5 minutes later, she's doing that shit again.
What's really funny is I'll stay in my lane and watch them veer really close to my car. And then it's like, go ahead, hit me. One, I'm not out anything. Two, I will own you.
Your neck will definitely hurt afterwards.
That's my favorite thing about the can of worms. So from where I work down in Port, I don't have a yield sign coming back to West Duluth. Everybody coming down the hill does. I don't slow down. I don't stop. I do 55, and I'm just like, cool. If you're gonna total my shit out, guess whose fault it is?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking hit me.
Guess what, fuckers? Hit me. I do the same run, not coming from the Superior side, not coming from Port Terminal, but I make that same skip right through there with my car, and I literally just look at these morons as I'm driving, and I'm like, you're not slowing down. Fuck you.
Well, I've just taken to if I see somebody who's texting or who's clearly not paying attention on the road, I just lay on my horn.
Yeah. But
the look that they the panic, because in that moment they think, oh my God, I'm about to die. And then when they look up and realize everything's fine, you just go, I just saved your fucking life. Or
they just don't learn from it though.
True.
It's got to be in the back of somebody's mind.
Yeah,
if
true.
If there's one person who's not going to cause an accident, I feel good about scaring the shit out of all of these people.
Completely. Make them soil their drawers and go on with their day. It's like, here's what you do, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll always remember that 15-minute car ride home with shit in their pants.
With shit.
Exactly.
They're going to be going down the road. They're going to pick up their phone and be like, wait, I might poop myself today. I might put this down,
So speaking of shit, Alan, when's the last time you shit your pants?
Let's see. Are we talking actually doing it or
wet farts.
last time okay.
Wait, are you saying that you've literally unloaded your bowels into your pants?
Not since I was about 3.
Okay, good.
I got out of that habit real quick because it makes your ass itch. But I did fart really bad the other day and it instantly made my butt itch. So I'm like, that can't be healthy.
Oh man. So I got these these weird I don't know what causes it. I don't have any diagnoses. I don't formally have IBS or anything, but I've had these instances, and I don't know if it's because of these artificial sweeteners or what, but I've had these instances where I'm on the drive back, because sometimes I do visits out in Cloquet. It always seems to happen when I'm out in Cloquet, where I'm on the drive back and all of a sudden I go from like fine to, oh my God, I have to take a shit.
Yeah.
It needs to happen right now.
There's nowhere to stop in between here.
And there's nowhere to stop. No, and it's
there
true. It is.
isn't.
Yeah, the side of the road is just not healthy. You know.
Well, I mean, do you really want to be that guy? Because it's not like there's really a good place to like run off of the road to go and shit.
I guess,
It's like you're opening a door and then you're gonna like get close to your car and start taking a shit on the ground, and you
popping
know
a squat on the side of the freeway.
Everybody, the dozen people that drive past are gonna be like, "Oh my God,
he pooping!
He's somebody shit on the side of the road."
Yeah, no, right. And
so Jesus here I am, and this has happened multiple times, but this is the most memorable instance where I'm driving back and I am like, my ass isn't on the seat in this car because I am clenching so hard and trying to drive this thing. I made it home.
And the worst,
go ahead, dude. What?
No, I was gonna say, and the worst thing, the only thing going through the back of your head is cheeks stay together.
Yeah. Don't shit. Don't shit. Don't shit.
Yeah, don't shit. Don't shit. Don't shit. Don't shit.
So here I am, and it looks like it's it's an Ace Ventura kind of moment where I come into the driveway sideways, like basically in park before I've stopped, like
doors half open.
Flying out the door. And here, mother-in-law is watching the kids in the house, so I fling the door open, doing this kind of like waddly thing up the stairs because my bathroom's upstairs. So
of course it
worse
is
than when you're like pinching a loaf off and you have to go upstairs. I started shitting before my ass hit the seat. I decorated that toilet.
Oh, did you have to take a shower after that? Because that's usually, you're not getting clean enough just by wiping.
I chose to. I didn't know what the status was. I mean, I was wiping ass cheeks and legs. I didn't want to take a risk.
Everything.
But I just
like using the baby wipes from your daughter.
Totally. I do that anyways. But I just painted that poor bathroom.
which reminds me that I just finished up an episode of you guys, and you're talking about the turd in the tub, and I'm like, it's like father like son, It's like,
Well, that would have been the smart move. If I would have just shit in the tub, it would have been contained.
Solves all your problems.
Yeah, you can just turn the faucet on and
judging by the scenario, it was liquid enough to just go down the drain.
Dude, it was just pour. Yeah, it would pour. Honestly,
when's the last time you shit yourself?
Not myself. I had an accident in the bed though, about 2 years ago.
You shit the bed?
Were you sick?
No, I was hungover.
That would do it.
So
is your wife in the bed?
I was laid with her.
Oh, bless her heart.
So we're laying in bed. It's beautiful Saturday morning. Birds are chirping and all that. I was drinking a little bit the night before. And I'm sitting there thinking like, "Ooh, I'm gonna be funny and fart, and it's gonna smell, and she's gonna be like, you're nasty and all that." And so I kind of helped it out a little bit.
You gave a little push.
Got a little push it there.
And then I'm like, "Uh-oh." She's like, "Wait, what do you mean? Uh-oh?" Like, I think I shit in the bed. She's like, "What?" Like, seemed a little bit wetter than it should have.
I got a really important question to ask. Are farts wet and lumpy?
That's when you just turn to her and be like, I need you to leave the room.
Yeah. She just laughed at me. Her face got red from laughter. She's like, I can't believe you just shit the bed.
or even better, you look her dead in the eye with a straight face and go, it was you.
You shit my pants.
My first thought was I'm gonna blame this on the dog.
Yeah,
but there's no way he wasn't in the room.
Wait a minute. Haven't you told me that you sleep naked?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. You had no collection, means of filter? Collection. You literally just.
You mean the bed sheets?
Oh my god, you shit on the sheets. What color are your sheets?
Well,
now they're blue.
Set was blue.
Blue sheets.
And I'm pretty sure we threw that sheet out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you do.
Throw the blanket on top out.
No, all that was down by our feet more.
That's good.
So you've already shit the bed. Do you wipe your ass with the sheet then too?
No, I went straight to the bathroom. I wiped my ass and then jumped in the shower and started my morning.
That's a nice sobering effect.
I did pass up on coffee that morning though.
Oh, okay, nice. Because you don't need more assistance.
Fucking rookie.
It's amazing to me how universal pants shitting is.
Oh, everybody
Everybody has a poop story.
Yeah, my mom has a poop story. I unfortunately had to hear once.
It's amazing. It's just, some people aren't willing to tell their poop stories because they're too embarrassed of it.
Who cares? Everyone does it.
Who cares?
Totally. I've had a million.
There's an entire book about it. It's called Everybody Poops.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
Yeah,
our kids.
that's more of a learning tool, but in this case, it works its way around. So
our kids have a book called what is it? Where do farts come from? I think it's something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
The whole premise is like, this is why you fart, is because your body's trying to pass gas from food you ate and all that, and they smell because it goes through your intestine and all that. And
question for you guys:
we're all human.
Yep.
Do poops push the farts out, or do farts push the poop out?
Neither.
Push the poop out.
So Alan doesn't think they're related.
Well, no. There is a correlation between shits and poop. But I'm sorry, farts and poop. Sorry, farts and poop.
Shits and poop are the same thing.
All right, there is a correlation, but it's not that the actual gas is pushing your poop out.
Uh-huh.
The gas is actually just like a byproduct that's there. But normally, what I classify a fart is a turd honking for the right of way. So
okay, Okay, Donnie, do you think one affects the other?
I think so a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if you think about a fart, it's just built up gas, so like it's got to kind of move some shit towards the end,
Sure.
It goes around the turd.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's still got to be pressure there, though. If you put a pea in a hose and put air in there, if the air goes past the pea, it's still going to push the pea down the hose a little bit.
Only if the pea isn't squishy.
So it begs the question, like, what is the piston to wall clearance on turds to your intestines?
I don't know. We should contact Mythbusters.
Are they pretty tight, you think, to where gases can't squeak by?
Well, no, there is a tight tolerance, but it all depends on how the sphincters are actually moving.
Alan spends a lot of time researching asses.
Researching sphincters.
Yeah, actually, I do. Research.
I've always wondered that kind of stuff. It's like, well, do they affect each other, or do they just kind of like?
Well, it's a correlation, but I don't know whether or not they affect each other. Is a whole other story. So, damn it, I'm almost out of brown liquidy.
You're gonna have to head back to the puddle and scoop more up.
You're getting close. Yeah. Actually, to be honest with you,
reaching distance.
Yeah, that's true. The beer isn't in reaching distance. Jesus.
No.
Well, you're on a cell phone, so just pick up your cell phone and go do what you got to do.
Don't go to the bathroom though. Leave the phone.
I was gonna say,
we were talking
We were just talking about poops, and
we're gonna do some science real quick.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go do some science shit right now. So, it's all good.
Are you
so the good
still
news is
attached to your phone?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How long is the cord?
It's Bluetooth.
It's Bluetooth, man.
Oh,
come on. Look. I may be fat and lazy, but at least I'm up with technology.
I love that you're making a drink.
Fucking hilarious. So I'm sitting here just like, this is like the 1990s telephone, like the home telephone that has a 20-foot cord on it. Like, where did Alan get an extension for his headphones?
Oh, that's actually really easy to find, to be honest with you.
Okay.
They have them at like Best. That's no joke. Yeah, they're actually at Best Buy. Cookie. Yeah.
Everything's within reach. Is that a fondue pot?
No, that's just a crock pot. I haven't put it away yet.
Oh, it's a crock pot. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was making. The hell was I making?
Chili or queso?
No, like roast. I was making a big butter roast. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, crock pots. A crock pot is like the number one thing to have in your kitchen, Hands
for
down.
sure.
Hands down.
Oh yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
I would have known about the crock pot when I was in college.
I know, right? Like
Nobody ever told me about that.
Crockpots are a game
See,
changer
can't see it, can you?
regardless of your situation.
Oh, yeah.
But if you have kids, it's
yeah.
it's otherworldly.
Yeah, especially when
Trying
the
to see
wife
if-
was actually working downtown. She come home on her lunch break. She's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
you
I
can
tossed a
see it.
roast in for 4 hours."
That's so
Then went back to
funny,
work.
yeah.
I'm like, it cooked
It's
itself.
like
My
it
wife
cooks
does an
itself.
amazing
Yeah,
job
that's
of
the
just
best
like
part.
making so many meals
Out
in
of
the
a crock
crock pot.
pot.
She's like, yeah, she times it all.
Well, you can
She's-
make ribs. You can make all sorts of
Yeah.
good shit. out there.
Timing. You
Yeah,
time
she's
it.
like-
Look,
Well, just like, okay, we're going to be waking up at 7 a.m., so you go down and switch it off. So we're going to do it on the slow cook setting or whatever. We kick it on at
Yeah.
midnight or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy.
That would make sense. Yeah, I mean that would totally make sense.
What do you think the, like, pre-electricity version of that would be? Like, would somebody sit there, like, and keep the fire stoked and they'd slow
Dutch
cook
ovens.
something? Dutch ovens?
Dutch oven.
They just like a pot? What is it? A Dutch oven's like
It's
a
actually
big
a
pot,
Dutch.
isn't it?
Go ahead.
What would you do what the Hawaiians did, where you put your hot rocks in a pit in the sand?
It's hot rocks in the sand. Wrap it with banana leaves or
Yeah.
whatever palm leaves,
Oh,
and you wrap
okay.
everything out and you stick it in the fire, and then you cover it up with more hot rocks and hot ashes actually, and then it cooks it all around it.
Yeah, it takes like
Wow.
a day to cook.
That's awesome.
I do have one.
Go to Hawaii.
I actually have a
to
Dutch oven in
luau,
here.
and they do that. They'll cook a pig that
Yeah.
way for you, and it's
Yep.
incredible.
Yeah, luau food
that's-
is one of the best stuff you could ever have.
Oh, easily,
It
hands
makes
down.
you wonder how long they've been slow cooking, like when that was figured out.
when they
When they
realized.
figured out that they could cook meat over fire.
Yeah, when
Well, slow cooking to me is like we're beyond necessity, and it just goes to like we want to make good tasting food, like smoking. It's like
Yes.
you're beyond just survival, and now you're at the point
like
where
let's
you're like,
enjoy what we're eating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I wonder just
I
like when
actually-
that started.
I have a friend of mine who can use a normal barbecuer, and she cooks like big roasts and turkeys and everything on this thing, and she uses it as a smoker. And she can make a roast with a bark and a smoke ring that's about that thick on the inside of these roasts. I don't know if you can see that,
Damn.
but it's about an inch. And it's just this beautiful bark on the
Oh.
outside and this glorious pink smoke ring right on the edge of it. I'm just like, that is freaking awesome.
That sounds
Wow.
yummy.
Sounds like she needs a
Yeah.
restaurant. My
Yeah,
God.
no shit.
No, she doesn't. No. But no, she's a really good cook. Yeah, she's a really good cook, but
She's a crackhead. She's a
Okay,
really good
what's the
cook, but
song?
she's homicidal.
what's the song? Sweet but a psycho.
Perfect. So she's just like this
Donnie-
cooking savant, but she
Yeah. She's not behind me, is she?
Close to her.
Comes out from your
If I
life picture.
suddenly, if I suddenly go down with a knife in my shoulder, she heard me. So
Christ. Go stick your dick in crazy.
No, I have learned from the past not to do that. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but only for about 10 or 15 good minutes, and then you're just like, all right, I'm out. It's like I'm done. It's just a little too much for me. We got something here. Yeah, and I mean,
Just leave.
He's got to add more vodka to his drink.
Yeah.
no. First of all, I make my ice cubes out of booze, so I can water. It's not going to water down my drink, but it'll.
I thought booze doesn't freeze.
You'd be
So
surprised.
he's just got like an ice cube tray of liquid.
Yeah,
He's just pouring it in. It's a shots.
Exactly.
Shots.
It's like, well, that's a dozen shots. He just pours it into his
Yeah.
cup.
What?
You
Was
just
it,
keep it in the bottle then.
Well, yeah, it's more slush than ice, but it works
Yeah.
quite effectively. It may turn it a little lighter color, but it still is good.
Good God.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I know. Nothing at all. No, it's fun though. So, what are we looking at? About an hour, huh? Cool. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. You good to keep going?
Yeah. I mean,
I got
do you
at
need to sign
least.
off
I
at
was
any
gonna
point?
say, no. I've got at least another half an hour before I have to go do something. So,
All right. Well, Donnie, do you want to share your photos?
Sure.
yeah,
I
why
got
not?
some-
Absolutely.
He wants to
Stories
do a
for
little
you.
show and tell.
All right, so we went down to Miami, Florida for a long weekend, I should say.
Yep.
This is actually from our Airbnb. We stayed at an old hotel called the Casablanca.
This is before the amateur latex. Was it dominatrix?
Bondage.
Bondage.
Yeah.
Pretty all that.
What was all of it? Upside down cake,
strawberry
carrot cake,
shortcake.
strawberry shortcake.
Cheesecake.
There's one more thing. What was the last part? Did we lose Alan?
Uh-oh. Alan?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Nope, I'm still here.
I'm
still here. Hi. I had to tell these guys to stop texting me, so I'm still here.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. So keep talking. I am listening.
This is before the orgy.
Yes. There's probably an orgy that happened here, though, judging by the hotel.
On the roof?
Possibly.
So that's not actually a puddle of water?
No.
As long as somebody goes out there with a black light.
All right.
Yeah, so we ended up staying. So they had a pool there, and then there's a ocean walk pathway, and then the beach right on the other side. So it worked out well with the kids because they could swim, or they could go play in the ocean but not have to swim in the ocean. It was okay. I'll go full circle. There's something that happened the last night, but I have a picture of. We had some issues with rain. So if you want to go to the next picture, what is the next picture?
Wait, you don't have any nudes in here, do you? Because I don't need to see your ass.
Only 3.
Okay.
And none of them are from the back, so you're fine. You won't see my ass.
No, I was going to say not to totally change the subject, but I just saw a buddy of mine's vasectomy scars, and I'm like, I really didn't need to see your dick right now, but thank you.
You want to see more? Because I can show you more.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh, and he did.
Mine are finally healed.
Really? How'd they go for you? I'm kidding.
They still hurt. My balls still hurt.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff.
So, yeah, I don't know how to transition from
this is before Donnie's vasectomy.
Yeah.
So that's why he's showing Dexter's apartment.
Yeah, so we stayed 10 minutes away. We were 10 minutes away from where the outshot of his apartment was filmed.
Oh, okay.
Intro and all that. Unfortunately, it's a gated community.
It's a gay community?
Gated.
Gated. Not gay. How many of you had? What? Yeah, how many of you had?
Gays? About a dozen.
Yeah,
wait, at once? What are we talking about?
Yeah,
he had
be all at once or overall, you know? Be specific.
Enough.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of cool.
So, wow, Donnie doesn't know where to go.
No, I have no clue.
Next, this is the point where you look at your assistant and go, "Next slide, please."
Yeah, so me being an avid disc golfer, got to play an 18-hole course. And the cool thing about this is the first 18-hole course Roman has ever. He threw every hole. He didn't throw every shot because he could only throw like 30 feet. That would have taken forever. Mm-hmm. But he teed off on every hole, and then he'd go up to where my shot was, and then throw again, and then he would throw it in the basket when we got to the end.
Mm-hmm. So, how long after this picture did he get eaten by an alligator?
Actually, that's the next picture.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, you see a little feet kick now. Yeah, so that was the first day. We
they drug him into the water.
They drug him to the water. So this is actually from the alligator.
Yeah. He mounted a GoPro to him.
But we did a water taxi. They had an awesome little market, which is essentially an outdoor mall, and we did this water taxi that took you to one of the. It wasn't.
It's the place where Dexter would dump the bodies.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But so we went out there. We ended up having dinner, and on our way back, we had a little bit of a meltdown. There was a couple people that got on the boat, and our driver was like, "If you did not."
Were you upset about all the blacks they let on?
No, I wasn't upset about that. But the
Donnie hasn't fully embraced his racism yet.
I'm not really telling people that.
He's like, why are they letting all these fucking immigrants on the boat?
All these immigrants on this boat. Yeah.
What's up with all the inner tubes? No. But there's a couple people that got on, and our driver was like, if you did not get dropped off from this boat, you cannot go back with us. And this lady kind of had a bitch fit and was like, I paid my money. I need to go back, all this and that. So we sat there for about 20 minutes for them to get off the fucking boat. And they're like, we can't leave because we are over capacity for what we said we had on this boat.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And she threw a whole big
this is for
fucking
safety.
fit. It's like
Some Karen lost her mind.
So that's actually the second dilemma we had that trip. We actually got delayed before we left the cities. We had the most Minnesotan thing happen to us. Our plane got delayed an hour because the water lines froze.
Nice.
Wow.
And to make matters kind of funny, well, 5 minutes before the mechanic came on the plane to unthaw the water lines, Harper just got done going to the bathroom. And so we see the maintenance guy walk back and go straight into the bathroom she used. And I just turned at her. I looked at her like, what'd you do? Her eyes got big and her face got red.
How big of a dump did you take?
It's like, God, you clogged the whole thing.
She just had this look on her face like, oh shit, I broke the plane. She's never been on an airplane before in her life.
Oh, geez.
And she never will again.
I was like, I'm just fucking.
Or she'll never poop on one again.
You're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so we did this water taxi. They kind of showed you where like a lot of the richer people lived right by the ocean. I got to see David Beckham's house and Jay-Z's house and shit like that they have out there. And
yeah, that's pretty cool.
it was kind of cool. It was fun just to kind of get a bigger view of the city.
Look at that sharks.
Our second day there, we went down to the Florida Keys.
Oh my God, is that all that's left of your son?
Must
be. Yeah, kind of.
Dangled him from the rope. Was that a fishing pole you had him attached to?
No pole.
Is this after you casted him out?
I wasn't trying to catch anything. I was just trying to dispense of the body.
Oh, sure.
I mean, those are just dispose of it. Those are just like bull sharks or something, aren't they?
They were sand shark. No, lemon sharks.
Oh,
they're lemon sharks.
Lemon
sharks. There we go.
Yeah. So,
any related to Jack?
No.
Jack Lemmon? Is that a Jack Lemmon joke?
It is.
That joke was a little sour.
I bet they're pretty grumpy.
It was.
Wow.
Oh, that's horrible.
Anybody who doesn't live in Minnesota or Wisconsin is like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, so we got, well, let me say, I did all the driving. Got to do the 3.5 hour drive from Miami down to the Florida Keys, the southernmost portion of the United States. And then we hopped on this charter boat and they went out and they didn't catch sharks, but they were just feeding them fish off the side of them.
Sharks.
And my daughter loves sharks, so we did this whole thing for her, and she lost her fucking mind because they were jumping out of the water. They were pulling. The pole they had attached was bending over because they were trying to pull the fish off the line and all that. It was super cool.
Yeah, that
awesome.
is cool.
And we ended up actually seeing a couple of dolphins on the trip. She saw some other fish and stuff like that. We also stopped by. This is the Art Deco district. Pretty much was all designed in the 70s, and they just left it. So it's all, and at night it's all lit up with the neon lights and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's like the Strip.
Kind of, yeah. What's kind of as a nerdy aspect, this building in particular and this whole kind of strip, they stole that and duplicated it for Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
I was going to say that looks vaguely familiar,
and that's why they replicated this whole strip in that game.
No shit. Well, I think like
cool.
And there could be multiple spots around the country where there's still like these Art Deco spots, but in the Marvelous Miss Maisel, in like, so it's an Amazon series. You probably haven't seen it because I don't think you get too much into the series. Alan, did you watch that one by chance?
It sounds again vaguely familiar.
Okay, so it's a great Amazon show, Amazon original. That's about like an up and coming comedian, and she's in like I think it's like the 50s or something like that. It takes place, maybe it's the 60s, but anyways, one of the seasons they filmed in a location that looks like it's super Art Deco, and it's interesting because it almost looks like this picture. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if they filmed it around this area.
There was a stretch of probably 4 or 5 city blocks that's all like this.
That's awesome.
It was super cool. We were only there for maybe half an hour. We were actually going to the zoo after this, and we had a little bit of time to kill. And this was kind of one of those bonuses. I told the wife, like, if we get a chance, I just want to walk it real quick, snap a couple of pictures. And what was nice is it was early enough in the morning. Cool. Nobody was out. So Roman didn't have to hold on to somebody's hand. The kids kind of just got to wander a little bit. They had across the street behind where we're standing was a green area, a bunch of trees. There was an outdoor gym and volleyball pits, and then the beach.
Nice.
And the kids were like, why are they working out outside? Because they fucking can.
Yeah.
Because they can.
They don't live in Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the things. In fact, it's like you could, if you ever were there, you could ride your motorcycle all year round. You know, you could do a whole bunch of other crap.
So, that picture with the ferry boat, the taxi that we did, the water taxi, that market was downtown. When we left downtown from the parking garage, it was at night. So trying to navigate downtown Miami at nighttime was a shit show. We had a guy on a Vespa scooter in front of us as we were trying to find the on-ramp to the highway. And he was lane splitting with that thing.
Yep.
And I'm just like, motherfucker's got a death wish. He's just wearing shorts and flip-flops on his Vespa, lane splitting.
Idiot.
And it was terrifying.
Dude is brave.
So later that day, after the Art Deco, we went to the zoo. We got to feed a giraffe, which was super sweet.
That is so cool.
That was very cool. I've never fed a giraffe before. And unfortunately, we got stuck in the rain for about an hour and a half, but it happened right when we were at lunch. And it was like a tropical storm. It just downpoured. Like the heaviest rain I've ever seen in my life. And then it was just gone. It was just sunny again.
I had a buddy who lived in I can't remember
there's
where
donkeys
it was.
in the background.
It was
Wild Ass.
Oh yeah.
That's what they called it. I took a picture of the sign.
It's a wild ass.
I sent a picture to my buddy and said, hey, look, I'm checking out ass.
I'm checking out wild ass. You know?
So he was stationed with the Coast Guard, and I thought it was in Tampa. I'm not sure.
It could have been.
It probably was Tampa or something like that.
Tampa.
But he would say every single day at about like it was noon or 1 o'clock, there would be a rainstorm, and it would just downpour for about 20 minutes, and then it was done.
Yeah.
Every single day.
It was weird. Like this was the only day it rained while we were there. But for that hour, it was like you couldn't see 30 feet in front of you. It was raining so hard. And then it just gone.
Alan, have you been to Florida?
I haven't been to Florida, but I've been close. I've been to Texas, Alabama, and Louisiana.
Okay.
I was just saying Texas is a little far away.
Yeah.
Well, it's close.
Yeah, they're all southern. They have that. I don't know how to put it. We're from the South, so we're happy about it. And there's a lot of chaos.
Better than you are.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos.
I was going to say, in one of those southern states, I was may or may not have been running freight with a fly-by-night sun. What the hell is that?
What?
So that's a crocodile.
Just got sidetracked.
So they have a quote-unquote Florida section that you can go through.
Is that real? Is that real?
Yes, that's real. I don't know if I uploaded both pictures. I have a picture of it snapping at the plexiglass.
Yeah,
that is one of the greatest photos I've ever seen.
So
now, is that a saltwater croc?
That's freaking
I don't
epic.
think so. I think that's a freshwater one. So they have this plexiglass tunnel that you crawl through. As you can see, the kids are staying up. Wife's in the background taking the picture.
That is horrifying. She
bragged about that picture. She's like, I got this good pic. I'm like, I got you beat. I'm sorry, but
I got you beat. Yeah.
But this crocodile, for some reason, was like, I'm going to hang out on top of the glass. And he nipped at the plexiglass a couple of times, and you could feel it inside the tunnel.
Oof, yeah.
I'm not sure if I shared the picture, but I have a picture of Harper kind of jumping and being scared because he's right there.
Dude.
That was super cool. That's probably one of the best things we did.
This photo is giving me anxiety.
Yeah, he just decided he was going to hang out on top of the tunnel.
That photo is giving you anxiety?
That is horrifying.
Yeah, he was just.
That's kind of cool, though.
Just crawled through it. On the other side of that exhibit were the otters, and they had They had a slide, a plexiglass slide, same concept that you could go through, and it went through the otter exhibit, so you could go down the slide with the otters, swimming around or whatnot.
Oh, that's
awesome. The zoo we spent, I think.
Jesus,
God, we were there for 7 hours, I think, at the zoo.
Holy shit.
And that was really cool. Kids got a lot out of it. And this was, like I said, this is probably the highlight of my trip was crawling through this little tunnel for 5 minutes.
Absolutely crazy. That is like one of the craziest photos I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was fantastic to see. I took a bunch of photos. And it felt, the way it's set up, and the fact he just happened to hang out right there was that much better.
Pretty awesome.
But here's the picture.
There
where
it
he
is.
snapped.
Oh my god.
He was
He
actually
turned.
snapping at the glass. He saw the kids and like, ooh, lunch.
Snack.
And snapped at him. And as you can tell,
Oh,
it
yeah.
scared the shit out of her. And I'm,
Oh,
just
yeah.
happy,
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy I got that photo.
It's freaking me out. And I'm just sitting here,
Yeah, it was,
1,000 miles away.
it was super cool.
Yeah,
Jesus, dude.
that is cool.
What an awesome
Hey, I was going to say
experience.
off topic a little bit. If you ever want to feed a camel, they have a wilderness walk in like Hayward or something. You
I've
go
heard
feed a big
about
giant
that.
camel.
I've heard Hayward's
That's
got
really
a
cool.
fantastic wilderness walk.
Oh, it's so much fun. I mean, I went there with a couple of friends last summer, and it was just like, oh my God, look, a camel, or like, hey, look,
That's awesome.
a zonkey. You ever seen a zonkey before?
Zebra donkey?
It's a zebra donkey. It's the coolest thing. I got
Sweet.
pictures of them. Yeah, and it's like it's really kind of
Oh.
sweet, and it's a good little place. I mean, you can feed goats all day long. The goats kind of run rampant in there. There's a couple of bears and stuff. There's llamas. It's
Yeah,
kind of fun.
The kids would love that.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. That's in Hayward.
Down in Hayward.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very
I love
hands-on type
Hayward.
zoo. Yeah, we only had one
Yeah.
bad experience at the zoo down there.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of there weren't pelicans, there weren't seagulls, but there were these white birds that had longer beaks, and they were so used to the humans. One of them, we turned our back for a split second, and he stole a couple French fries right off the tray.
Oh yeah.
And we snapped at him all
Yep.
that, and it scared the shit out of Roman to the point where Roman was terrified of the birds the rest of the day.
Oh my god.
Oh
And
jeez.
me being the great father I am, as we went through the zoo the rest of the day, anytime I saw one of those birds, I'd be like, Roman, he's following me, he's coming for you again. And he'd fucking run back. He'd look, he'd see the bird, and he'd freak out.
You're such a dick.
That is
So
a father's job.
He might explain to a
Yes.
therapist someday his fear for birds.
Oh my
His
God.
fear of
That's true.
birds
He's
all
gonna
of
be
a sudden.
horrified of
That-
birds.
That's where it came from.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So see, he got scared of the birds at the zoo, and I just kept making fun
At
of
the
him for
zoo.
it.
Oh my God. That's too good.
Amazing.
Jesus.
Yeah, those birds were all over the place. So I mean, there were plenty of opportunities. Like, oh, he's back
I
again.
wonder if-
He'd freak out.
Right.
It makes you wonder if they're maybe like, when we say seagulls, but I wonder if they're like ocean gulls almost or some
Ocean
kind of,
gulls. Yeah.
I don't
They were
know.
all over the fucking place. I'm
Yeah.
sure they were
Yeah.
native to the ocean there.
yeah, to the Florida. Yeah. I mean, like an actual seagull, like,
yeah.
yeah.
I
I mean, it's got to be some kind of avian species.
So you're probably wondering why there's a picture of a rain cloud, and that's
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say it looks
this-
pretty cool.
this is later that night.
Mhm.
On our way home or not home, but back to the hotel / Airbnb, it downpoured so freaking much
Yeah, you could see it.
that there was probably 7 inches of standing water on the road.
Whoa,
So
nice.
we get back to the hotel,
Mhm.
and they have a valet parking system, and
Mhm.
the parking garage is below the hotel.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
We pay the guy, he drives our car down there, all fine. We go in, and the hotel loses power. We're without
Nice.
power for about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, give or take, at the hotel.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, let's just go up to the room. We'll order pizza, something like that. Go figure that out. Well, we get into the elevator because it's all running off backup power right now, emergency
Yep.
power. And another lady will comes in, and another gentleman. We didn't realize the gentleman who walks in works for the hotel
Mhm.
and selects lower level. The elevator doesn't go
Oh.
up; it goes down to where the parking garage is.
Okay.
And as it goes down, the water is getting louder and louder and louder. It gets down, and the elevator doors open up, and water just comes pouring into the elevator.
What?
I had water up halfway to my shins, just pouring
Wow.
into the elevator. It put the elevator out of service for the rest of the night.
Holy shit.
Nice.
He worked there. He had to go down there to do something, but didn't bother telling anybody in the elevator, like, "Hey, this is gonna go down, and you get covered
This
in
guy
water."
sounds like a real dipshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So luckily, the wife and the kids had sandals on. I was
Yeah.
wearing tennis shoes because I'm a dad.
Oof.
Yep. Your New Balances.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my
So-
good
Oh,
New Balances.
We ended up taking the stairs up 5 flights to get to our room.
Jesus.
Soaking
Fucking
wet.
drink some water. It can't do shit for food or anything. We can't cook anything because the power's out. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well let's find a Domino's. We ended up
Mhm.
walking 10 minutes down the road, found a Domino's, brought a pizza back, had pizza on the side of the road essentially for dinner as
Nice.
our last
Yep.
official meal in Miami.
Nice.
The power ended up
Your
kicking
poverty meal.
Yeah, the power ended up kicking back
Pizza
on.
the curb.
But yeah, this massive storm. I mean, we ended up just sitting on the beach for the last hour of the night
That's
before the sun went
awesome.
down. And you could just see lightning over the ocean and all that.
Nice.
It was so bad. I've never seen so much water. So you guys know what the average height of like a Mini Cooper, right? A newer Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
Well, they said
Yeah.
what, 5 inches off the ground, 6 inches off the ground.
If that. Yeah.
There was water. This car was parked on the side of the road as far as you could go. There was water up above the lower portion of the car. It was up there. There was
On the road?
on the road. There was probably 7 inches of
Holy
standing water on the
shit.
road.
Jesus.
It just had nowhere to go. It just rained, and they don't
Yep.
have a good drainage system or anything like that. The
Drainage
roads aren't
system.
sloped
No.
off to the gutter. It was the craziest thing. And then
That is, yeah.
an hour later, it was like nothing ever happened.
Yep.
Jesus.
Isn't that fun as hell?
It sucked to drive in.
Well, it's just
was
like us in
terrified
snow,
driving
I got more.
you know.
So that's the same water
Ooh.
taxi. That's coming back from dinner to bring us back to downtown at night
Yeah.
as we're just kind of in the ocean. Just
Yeah, that's
chilling.
awesome.
that was super pretty.
Yeah,
super
that is
cool.
gorgeous. I love the colors too. They got some lit
Yeah.
up, like that thing's
Very
Purple
bright though.
and-
You can't see any stars in Miami. Which,
yeah, well, yeah, the light
No
blue
shit,
is
right?
crazy.
But I bet if you got 5 miles out of Miami, you could see the entire universe.
oh yeah, driving back. So
No
so
kidding.
driving. This is coming back from Key West. This is the sun
That's not
setting.
bad.
You
Yep.
go over 42 bridges on the way back.
Yep.
One of them 7 miles long.
Wow.
And
Oh,
it's one of the
yeah.
best drives I've had because it's just 2 lanes the whole way. It's
Mhm.
gorgeous.
So we
um,
need to go down there with something cool.
Yes.
Take that
So
drive.
we left at like 5:30 in the morning, I believe, is when we left. So I gotta watch the sunrise over this stuff. On the way back, the sun was setting, and at one point in time, we're driving over these bridges, and you look out, and it's just pitch black because it's just ocean. There's no lights, there's no
Yep.
nothing, and it's actually
Nice.
it's actually a little creepy because you just look and it's just total darkness.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's got to be awesome as hell,
But-
though.
Yeah, Key West was pretty cool. Like I said, we saw the southernmost point. A lot of old people. Which is 'cause it's
Imagine
Florida.
that. Yeah.
Well, it's
Very
what is it? Florida is what is it? Heaven's waiting room? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, pretty much. But all these islands were super gorgeous.
Yeah.
People, locals were just fishing right off the bridges and stuff like that, catching stuff. And
So
like I
they
said-
do have hillbillies too as well. Got it.
Oh,
Okay.
certainly.
yeah, it takes about 3.5 hours to get there from Miami, but it's a beautiful drive.
A hell of a run, I bet. Yeah.
There's a lot of fishing in purgatory, huh?
Yeah,
Something like that.
definitely. I was gonna say, what else you got there?
These are-
Lambo or something?
Yeah, we saw a couple of Lamborghinis and
Yeah.
a very rare. I saw I think it was a 458 Ferrari, but it was a metallic blue.
Nice.
And
Oh,
I've
really?
I've never seen a blue Ferrari. We didn't get a picture of it, unfortunately.
No kidding.
And then this is off the shark boat. So we're actually in open water right now.
Yeah. You're out in the catamaran.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, you guys need to just enjoy. Like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
You're experiencing something not a lot of people get to experience. Like, just
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
dude.
let loose a little bit. Like, there's nothing around you.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And that's
man.
and that's like a nice big catamaran, so you got a lot of room to work with. So
Yep. Yeah, there weren't a lot of people and all that. And the weird thing is going down in Florida, we're like, okay, Southern state shit show. Like, this is gonna with COVID, it's gonna be a
Mhm.
disaster.
a nightmare.
Every
Yeah.
single place we went to, mandatory masks. This boat, mandatory
yeah.
masks for adults.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
single place. was
That's
like
so
that.
funny.
It was
Because people talk
Well
about Florida
prepared.
as if it's like it's the Wild West. Like nobody wears masks. They have parties every night. They don't give a fuck. They haven't changed a thing.
I will say this, Miami is the biggest party city I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
even that outdoor mall, people were wearing masks.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, there's not a lot of airflow.
Right.
I have a mask on.
Yep. Common sense.
Yep.
Right.
Lots of hand sanitizer.
That's the last
all
one?
that stuff. That should be the last one.
I don't know. That's a
that's
pretty
a-
awesome picture. Like your daughter's clearly just
That's a
like
pretty good picture.
enjoying the moment.
Yep. Well, she asked like, I told her like, put your arms out. She's like, why? I'm like, you've never seen Titanic. You don't get it.
Yeah, she doesn't get it. No, she won't get that. Yeah.
Do this with this photo.
He was getting a little. Roman got a little whiny.
Well, yeah, because he's about to die on a door in the water.
A door he could clearly fit on.
Top of the world, and then you're not.
Yeah, then you're not. But yeah, the sharks
Just
were,
before or after the alligator got him.
this is before. This was on Monday. We did
Must have been before. Yeah.
Yeah, the sharks were more for her. It's like she'll watch shark documentaries all by herself. She loves her sharks.
Oh, so she's not afraid of them or anything like that. Yeah.
Oh God, no. She loves them.
You better hope to
awesome.
God that this kid becomes like a marine biologist or something.
That's
So
fine. I mean, you pay
You
for
know.
Dad's drug habit and retirement.
yeah, exactly right.
Car part habit.
Yep. But,
Yeah.
but
Let's hope they get a
it was
car part
more for
habit.
him, so
Yeah.
yeah, it was overall it was good. I stressed out a bunch just because I was in dad mode like the entire fucking time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at. You guys need to shut up, be quiet, and hold hands. But
Pretty much. Everybody shut up. I can't see where I'm going.
yeah, well, and like I was telling Jake earlier, the first day we got there, I ended up getting a bad migraine between not eating, not really sleeping, the stress of bringing kids through an airport, all of that. They had one of the security dogs at the airport in Minneapolis. And Roman, being the gentle, kind-hearted kid he is like, it's a dog. I'm like, can't pet that dog.
You can't pet that particular police dog, okay? It's not going to end well.
That dog is making more hourly than I'm making right now. So just
In a
fucking let
year,
him be.
yeah. So, yeah, exactly.
But
So,
the smartest thing we did was we bought a tablet for each of the kids strictly for the plane, and best thing in the world. They watched their shows. Harper figured out how to take pictures on it, so she's taking pictures in the airplane with it.
Oh, that's cool.
When I was trying to drive to the Keys and all that, we're like, it's bad parenting, but here, watch your movies.
Yeah, right.
Just
yeah,
shut
watch
up,
your movies,
watch
take some
it.
pictures, you know.
Entertain
Are you
myself
kidding me?
so I can focus.
It's so I can focus. It's what's really funny is when we flew down to Texas for our managers conferences and stuff, the whole time I'm like staring out the window, snapping pictures, you know, not paying attention to anything other than the fact that the wing is like going like this the whole fucking time, you know, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, if, you know, it's not the first time I've died in an airplane, won't be the last, you know, and it's just, I'm the same way. I'm just like a child with a tablet. I will snap pictures and play with it all day long until I get to where I'm going.
Yeah, and it helped. It seemed to. My biggest thing is like I was trying to navigate a city I don't know. Sometimes at night, sometimes in the rain. It's like I just need you guys to be quiet. That's the biggest thing. I need to not have to worry about you while I'm trying to worry about all the other idiots around me. At one point in time, we were on the freeway, and I've never done 80 in a 50 with a cop in front of me and a cop behind me. And
obviously they didn't care.
Nobody gave a shit. Like,
no,
it was crazy.
Jesus.
It just, you went with the flow of traffic, and that was that.
That was that. Yep.
But seeing somebody on like a Hayabusa just flying down, just weaving in and out of traffic, no fucks given.
Splitting lanes. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
Hit up Waffle House a couple of times for dinner.
So how did TSA go?
Huh?
How did TSA go?
Pretty good, except
a little bit like this.
So,
right. Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Is like you guys got to have some TSA stories. Like, and that's one of those things. Like everybody's like had a wet fart or shat themselves. Almost everybody's got a TSA story.
We were really good. The kids, like, we had empty out their backpacks and all the basic shit. I ended up walking through a different security system with them versus Christine, who went through the basic, like, put your hands up, it rotates around you.
Yeah.
Roman, because he just copies what everybody else does, was trying to take his shoes off. And I told him, like, dude, you're wearing sandals.
It's like, you don't have to. You're fine.
You're cool.
Yeah.
Just fucking walk through. You don't have. They can see your feet. You're okay.
Yeah, it's like you're good.
Like I'm not smuggling a Glock in my kid's trousers.
Yeah. So
like
that was
it's the best place. I mean,
it would be.
When we left Miami, they did search the wife's backpack because she had, it was a Desitin, You know what Destin is? It's
Yeah.
the rash cream for diapers and all that kind of shit.
Diaper rash cream. Yep.
And they thought it was something else, and then they pulled out the Destin. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
That was that.
Okay.
It was fine.
It's because when it goes through the X-ray machine, like toothpaste, Desiccant
Soaps,
stuff like that,
yeah.
it doesn't penetrate it, so it thinks it looks like plastic explosives.
Yep.
Yikes.
No. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
And the only reason why I know that is because they yell at you for having that shit in your pockets when you go through all that crap. So
yeah.
You know.
Like, other than that, they were surprisingly really good on the airplane.
That's awesome.
Harper sat next to me.
Good.
She was looking out the window. So on her way down there, she could see the ocean. We flew over the Gulf just a little bit. She's like, I see water. I'm like, yeah, I know. She's like, I see fish. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't. But
like, you see the water, but you don't fucking see fish.
You don't see fish.
Yeah.
I remember
So you were talking about the TSA things. I mean, I was coming back through what is it, Dallas Fort Worth, whatever the hell you want to call it, and DFW or whatever the Christ it was, and I get into the machine thing, and it zips around me a few times, then it beeps at me, and then it zips around me again, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm just fat. I'm not hiding anything. You know, I'm like, boy, isn't that embarrassing when the X-ray machine has to go twice around you to make sure you're not carrying nothing in your pants. You know, and
you just look that suspect, man.
I do apparently, because it happens every single time.
Drugs.
I've got to be doing it because I'm dressed like every other O'Reilly's manager that just went through here, the last 2,000 of them. And I'm trying to sneak through. So the thing goes off on me and it registers something like in my leg almost. And I'm like, and he's over there, goes, I'm going to have to pat down the front of your pants for a sec. Is that all right? And I look him right in the eye, goes, best action I've had in 4 days. So go have yourself a good time. No humor on these guys, just to let you know.
Oh, God, no.
And,
just tell them it's your cock
they're trying,
ring.
yeah, exactly. Well, they're trying to figure it out. And I go, can I see the machine? I go, can I see the readout of where it is? And he turns the screen around, and it's scar tissue from an old injury that I had way back when.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, dude, there's no drugs. It's just a scar tissue. I fucked up my leg a bunch of years ago. It's been there every single time. You know?
That's awesome.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, well, and like I said, no humor on these guys.
Well, I think the TSA is that they're underpaid, and because of it, there are no fucks given.
No,
like zero fucks.
We want to make sure you're not going to kill somebody and just get through. Customer service right out the window.
Right out the fucking window. Yeah.
When the wife and I were flying out for a honeymoon, she forgot that she had a certain something in her purse.
Uh-oh.
So we're going through TSA, and we go through. She puts her purse in the little conveyor belt or whatever, and it runs through the scanner or whatever. It goes beep, 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 beep. And we're like, I'm through the thing and I'm like grabbing my shit and I'm like ready to go. Cause I'm very business as usual when it goes through TSA. Cause I'm like,
yeah,
don't make any emotion. Don't do anything out of the ordinary. Like, let's get in, let's get out. Right?
Yeah. Make it as quick as
possible.
possible.
And they call my wife back and they go through the purse and they pull out, it's the brass knuckles, but it's brass knuckles with like the cat head. So it's shaped like a cat, and your two middle fingers go through the eyes of the cat.
Oh,
and
like,
the center, there's two spikes that are the ears. So it's like this. Yeah. There's like the two circles, and then the spikes here, and your hand goes through it like that. And it's like if somebody fucks with you, you punch them with this thing. You'll tear them the fuck apart, right?
Yep.
So she's always had this in her purse as like self-defense thing, right? And so here's the TSA grilling her like, what's this? Like, what's this about? And she's trying to explain it to her, to explain it to this person. We got through. Everything went fine. Right. All right. No, she didn't have to do that. She's just like, I had no idea. I didn't realize that it was in here. I'm sorry. Like, you can keep it, whatever.
Did they take it?
Well, she's a hot blonde girl, like, so of course she just went like, I didn't mean to.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, silly me. They're just like, we'll take that. Be on your way.
God, God, if it was you or me, we would have been locked up for at least 6
Oh,
months.
dude.
It would have been
like,
giving you the finger every time, you know?
Can
They
you
would've been
imagine
like,
if
we
our
need-
skin tone was a little darker and
Oh,
we walked
shit.
through with that?
Right?
yeah, they would be like, okay, we need your employer, your last employer, your last 6
Yeah.
years of residence,
Yeah,
your taxes,
exactly.
a urine sample, a hair sample.
You're done,
Yeah.
bud.
You're
All
going
rela-
down now.
All relatives up to your third cousin,
Yeah.
Exactly.
your browser history,
Mhm.
Your
all
browser
that kind-
history.
all that kind of shit.
You're gonna download your browser history. Your
9:30.
browser
Is it about-
history would
Is it
be
9:30?
It's 9:30.
amateur
Okay.
latex.
Gimp.
Amateur.
Amateur latex bondage, gimp, strawberry cream cheese frosting, upside down cherry pineapple upside down cake.
Perfect.
There it is.
Alan, thank you very
Yes.
much for joining us again, bud.
Yes,
No
pleasure,
problem at all. Thanks
as
for having
always.
me. Yep. Thanks for having me. I'll go on. I'll play this game anytime you want to bullshit about anything. I'm there.
All right, Alan. Thanks a lot, man.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good
buddy.
night.
Yep,
You
bye.
betcha, man. Have a good one.
See ya.
Yep.
Always fun.
I know that is the
Always
best.
fun.
All right,
Alan is notoriously known for putting a smile on your face
he really
in
is.
one way or another.
Yeah. And thank you guys for watching Brews the Dudes podcast. As much fun as you think that we're having, we are having.
Yes.
This is the best,
It's
So-
us just bullshitting for 2 hours.
pretty much.
That's all it is.
And
it's
hopefully you get
fantastic.
as much of a kick out of it as we do. So thank you for joining us on another Brews the Dudes podcast. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye-bye.